I will now present my short composition titled On Life. An alternative definition to life. Any object in spacetime that has a net entropy loss within its own borders with respect to time is alive. Reworded, if a collection of matter experiences a net entropy loss over some time interval t, then one of two things must be true. 1. The matter is living during t, or 2. The matter is being acted upon by matter that is itself alive during t. This would imply certain things, specifically with regard to recent advances in the theory of assembly. For instance, the sun could indeed be alive, as could any star, as the creation of heavier elements from the release of heat is a local reduction of entropy. On a large scale, stars like ours produce mostly helium from hydrogen. This could be interpreted as a lower level of life, which is bizarre to say considering the awesome nature of something such as our star. Then the planets are next, with gaseous planets able to produce some order, minerals, organic, inorganic, gaseous compounds, and locally reduce some entropy, and the terrestrials containing yet more to discover in terms of assembly. The terrestrials of any solar system seem to me to be some of the brightest hotspots of locally reducing entropy. Think of the minerals formed within Mars, the organic compounds on Venus, the patterns of minerals emerging over extreme conditions and timescales only as a result of everything being simply in proximity is an incredible thing to consider as alive. Think then of the Earth and of her minerals. Think of the patterns in space that we've discovered simply by the joy of observation. The pyrrhohedron to me is the perfect example of the wonder generated by the planet we live on. I, as myself, would never have studied mathematics, symmetry, lattices, point groups, or anything relating to the wonder of mineral forms if the Earth herself hadn't gifted me with that rock in my hometown in Utah next to a copper mine. But the Earth already knew all the math. She must have, or somebody did. I think that the Earth is very much alive, and by this entropic definition, she certainly is. As for example, it is so rare to find a temperate planet with enough carbon present in the systems of the crust to form something as complex as a diamond. Diamonds are cubic crystals, but deceptively, as the element carbon is a bit too picky to simply form a typical cubic system, and must instead form a face-centered cubic crystal. All to say that the Earth has a remarkable ability to reduce its local entropy. Diamonds are a poor example, but I happen to have a bit of a liking for carbon. Now think of the plants, cells, even the animals and other aggregates of cells. Everything wants to reduce its own local entropy. Everything wants to eat. Everything wants to increase the amount of energy available to itself to expend on whatever it desires, which is a literal decrease in entropy. More energy available to use, fat or sugar, is less entropy to deal with locally. I cannot deny the correlation, then, between what other people have defined as life and what I define as a net loss in local entropy. But it is merely a correlation.